You're listening to Behind the Bulldogs, brought to you by Ferris State Athletics.
Off the left side, to the end zone! Touchdown, Bulldogs!
If I'm even having like a bad day on the course or something, I just look down at it and just feel like thankful that I'm able to be out there.
Making sure that we're like where our feet are and we're not thinking about outside distractions.
Welcome in, everybody, to another great edition of Behind the Bulldogs. Brandon Worth, Tatum Outlaw, joining you as always. Tatum, another good episode and a historic episode. We got one returner this year, but how about two?
Yeah.
In the same episode, which means the questions are all wide open. It's going to be a fun interview.
Yeah, it's going to be a super fun interview, especially for both the athletes we have on, and they're having such a dominant season so far. Knock on wood, don't want to jinx them, but super excited just to hear about where they're going and hear about what they've done and how they've done it. Yeah, it'll be a good episode.
It's going to be a great episode indeed. But before we get to the interview, we will, of course, break down what happened in Ferris State Athletics here this past week. Let's start, obviously, with the prominent sport in this episode, with tennis. I mean, talk about an exciting GLIAC tournament. I mean, woo, that was a lot of fun. So women's ended up reaching the GLIAC tournament final, falling to Grand Valley 4-1. But as you'll hear from Yara later as well, the girls' side, they played so much better. I mean, this is such a good team. Now, this part of the year, compared to what we were talking about in the first couple of weeks, they were still, very raw, still trying to get their feet wet and really find their groove. They played fantastic. I mean, kudos Grand Valley. They played better and they deserved the championship. But, our girls' team played phenomenal. Don't let the score lie.
Yeah, and I think both of these teams they've been ones that have, it's been like years in the making. They've always been super competitive and just kind of like working their way up. So to see them have such a good turnout from like regular season in the tournament and hopefully going into postseason, it's just been really cool to be a part of that. Such a small part of that journey too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the men's side got it done, winning over Wayne State in the tournament final. Very, very exciting stuff. Regular season championship, now tournament championship for men's tennis. Incredible stuff. And I mean, it was just one of those matches, seeing some of the highlights, the last point, rally for what felt like 20 years to finish, but finally got the job done. Just kudos to Coach Doran, GLIAC Coach of the Year, and kudos to all of our great all GLIAC honorees as well, men's and women's. This team continuously shows the depth, and this year on the men's side especially was a prime example of it.
Yeah, definitely. And I love just keeping up with them and watching their matches and like seeing how I feel like both of those teams, they're very like, they have great team chemistry, and you can just tell by like watching their matches how they support each other and how they stick by each other the whole way. Yeah, it's just awesome.
Absolutely. Looking at softball as well, they got 4 wins over the weekend, sweep over Parkside and sweep over Roosevelt in conference action. 4 wins on the weekend. Very dominant stuff. Offensively, defensively played very, very well. Don't get it twisted. Shoeboy, CC Bell, Addison Gillard pitched phenomenally this weekend, and I think that deserves a lot of praise. Katie Shoeboy got the GLIAC Player of the Week in terms of pitcher, but CC Bell also threw a perfect game against Roosevelt, so I mean, you could have flipped the coin to basically decide that when they were both dominant.
Yeah, and I mean, they're wrapping up like their regular season play, so it's nice to see them pull out these really great wins and still just improving throughout the end of the season, so it's been cool to see.
I mean, they're going on one more week of regular season, and then it'll be their tournament
coming down
time.
to the wire.
Very, very exciting stuff, especially with regional bids being in question.
Yes.
It'll be a lot of fun. Track and field wrapping up the extra weekend invitational under the lights. One of my favorite meets there in Allendale. Very good overall stuff. Ella Kowach, runner-up in the 800 meters. Whitney Farrell as well, runner-up in the 3,000 steeplechase. Very exciting stuff. The 4x4 finished second as well. Lucas Sefferlin, NCAA qualifying time. Congratulations there to Lucas on a great run in the 400 at 47.3. I mean, that's fast. For those that don't know, that's real fast.
If you blink, you might miss it.
Pretty much at this rate. Josh Langland finishing third in the 800. Trevor Smith finishing in 7th for the 100. Just a few names to highlight. The 4x4 also finishing 2nd in the field. So track and field, they're rocking and rolling. I mean, as we're recording this on Wednesday, they're on Thursday and Friday. It's their time to shine. GLIAC Championships in Allendale. Wish them the best of luck.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our spring season teams are coming towards the end. Things are coming down to the wire, but I think, as I just said, they're just improving at the end of the season, which is what we like to see. I feel like a lot of teams will plateau and start to like lose focus towards the end, but it's cool to see that we're still doing good.
Absolutely. And Coach Stark's squad punch their way into the NCAA tournament once
Heck
again.
yeah.
I mean, this is incredible
No
stuff.
shock, though.
Women's 5th straight year they've reached it, and I think for the men's as well. I mean, multiple years over since COVID. It's so impressive to see this team continuously being so consistently good. Not just good, consistently good year after year. Depth is there. They've played really well. Obviously, the women's. We talked to Cameron Shannon winning the championship in the GLIAC just this past year. You can find that episode wherever you find this show, as well as the men's still performing really well. Both these teams earned an opportunity to be in the regional rounds, and now we got it. And for the men as well, they're going to be hosting at Khaki. So hopefully the fans can come out and support.
Yeah, and to piggyback off him, if you haven't already, go watch last week's episode because we finally got to talk to golf. And we got to hear their thoughts and how their season's been going because they've been gone, but they've been winning. So it was cool to hear what they had to say. So if you haven't seen it, go watch now.
Yeah. And my putter.
After this one.
Yeah, after this one, obviously. My putter is still on back order, by the way, that I asked Cameron about. It's still in the mail. I'll figure it out. Hall of Fame teams have been announced here for the athletics class of 2026. So congratulations. We'll have these folks that are available and able to be joining us in September. Our 3 Hall of Fame teams, including 1987, the volleyball national semifinal team. They'll be in the house. 2012, the Frozen Four team for hockey. Very excited to have Coach Daniels back and his crew. And of course, Coach Bronkema's 2018 national championship basketball squad. So congrats to those 3 teams, and we'll see everybody out and about in September. And I think it'll be great. Maybe we even have a collaboration episode just to see how sports have changed with some of these.
We'll just get everyone in here.
Yeah, I don't think
big madhouse.
I don't think we have enough square footage in here, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do a Zoom episode. We'll see what we can do. But obviously, still a lot of other great things as well. Spring game in the books. Very entertaining, down to 1 point. Now, I heard Coach Anise was, thinking about the score, and there might have been a miscue here and there, but it was down to the wire, and it was electric and exciting. So that's all that people care, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it definitely was a great night. I loved the later game this year.
I thought that was a great idea.
The sun was setting beautifully. I know a lot of people were worried about the weather, but it ended up working out. It was a great competitive game. The score showed it. I mean, just a 1 point win.
Yeah.
Not sure how their scoring is always a little bit different, but it was a great night. I really felt the school spirit, and it made me just feel extra grateful to be a Bulldog.
Yeah, the game within the game as well. I should say games within the game. We're probably arguably more competitive. Coach Anise mentioned it. Soccer, well done. Taking on the football team as well. Volleyball. Hey, you guys did very well.
We caught some footballs this year.
You caught some football.
We're not great at catching. You don't catch the ball in volleyball, but we practiced the night before, and that's all you guys need to know.
That's all you need to know. Dog Show, also in the books. Congrats to all of our award winners.
Yes.
And that's all that happened this past week.
Yeah.
Not a lot, just a couple things.
Yeah. Should we get to a show?
Let's get to the interview. Let's send you to the interview room with tennis. Welcome into the interview room. We have 2 very special tennis guests here this week and 2 returners here on the show. Yara, Felipe, guys, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I know it's very exciting right now in tennis. You guys just got done with GLIAC championships. Felipe, you guys got the job done. You guys still competed very, very well. For each of you, just talk about the team's performance and the overall tournament weekend for GLIACs.
You go.
Nah.
For us, it was we got the bye that we really needed. And we played Davenport the second round, so the semifinals. And it was so good. On every court, everything was going on so well. I mainly think it's because we wanted it so bad that we were so aggressive and so locked in that it went by so smooth, and it was a pretty good day. And it was way better. We played them during the regular season, and it was we won 5-2, but it was close on every court. This time it was good on every single court. Yeah. Everything was so much more comfortable. And then we played GV in the final. We lost 7-0 against them in the regular season. And I feel like all of us were just super locked in and wanted to do so much better. We still lost, but the level of tennis was insane. We all played so well. We were very close, even though we lost and they clinched first. But the other courts were all probably gonna win. So even though we lost, it was still a very positive day, and it was super good.
Yeah, for sure. We were watching you guys and following, and a lot of the points closer and closer compared to that first. So that's a great observation. Felipe, how about you guys on the men's side?
Well, it was pretty good. I guess just starting with the regular season, being the number 1 seed for the tournament, I think it always helps, especially because in tennis, we have Wayne State and Grand Valley also being very strong. And we knew that being first seed, we kind of avoid them. But we still had a very tough opponent in Purdue Northwest, in which during the regular season here, we played outdoors here at Ferris, and it was very difficult. But we still did a very good job, managed to take the win home. And in the final, it was against Wayne State, that we already had a tough match here at home at the last match of the season, in which was electric. It was amazing to see it.
Unbelievable.
I think it's always special when like a sports team at Ferris has both their men's and their women's team having such a dominant season in the same sport. So what does that mean for you guys to both be having like such a good season so far?
For me personally, like as much as I like when we do good, watching the guys and like when they clinch, and because it was super close matches, it's a feeling like amazing. Like we're all stressed and we're all like locked in, and we're all like, I feel like we're more stressed than they are.
Yeah.
So it's so nice to watch them play and watch them win. Like I'm really happy we all got to see that. So
yeah, no, 100%. And like usually the girls play before us when we play at home. And, seeing that they're doing well and coming out of the court with a smile on their faces, I mean, this also, of course it helps us, like to see, that we're going to have a good day, because they already had.
Yeah.
So, and it's just great. And the level of talent that the girls have this year, just amazing.
It probably motivates both of you guys as well to see, one team doing so good. You also want to live up to that as well.
Yeah. It's also great because now he's kind of my personal coach. Every time I go out of the court, he always has a comment like, "Hey, you should have been more patient," or "You should have done that," or like, "Hey, great thing." That. So yeah,
of course, because I mean, when you're before the match, of course you're not gonna go around and do crazy stuff. And I'm a little bit of a stud, so I like to go there and watch and analyze the matches, and it's fun. It's fun to watch her play. Just fun. So fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's what you're here for. That's all it's all about. It's all about fun at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Talking to Coach Doran, and I know we've talked to some tennis players as well. For you guys specifically, finishing the regular season, Mother Nature obviously didn't cooperate with us at all this year. You guys were indoors quite a bit, but then you made the transition to outdoors. For you guys practicing, on both surfaces, both environments. What are the major differences that many people might not see? Casual fans that are like, they're still in that, and you're still in the same rules, but it's a very different game.
Especially when it's windy. With the weather like that, it's so windy, so sometimes it's hard. And coach would get mad at us when we complain about the wind, and he made a rule that we cannot say the word wind. So we started saying breeze, or oh, I love that breeze. We would just go the guys were just be like, oh, I hate that breeze, and I don't know, it just sounded funny. But we got used to it. We got to play in Florida outdoors, so we got a bit of match practice there.
Oh yeah.
So it was just a few practices here and there to get used to it, but then we all played super well to for the fact that we just transitioned outdoors out of nowhere.
Yeah, so for sure.
Pretty good.
Well, technically, when you play outdoors compared to indoors, the wind is also a factor. That automatically makes the ball have a bit more shape on the trajectory, so you can be able to hit with a lot more spin and make the ball curve a lot more. There's more air resistance, so you can hit it harder. So the game also has higher bounces and everything. But the sun, especially when we play around 11 to 2 p.m., it's tricky, especially on the serve when we're throwing the ball up, and it's just I honestly feel that it's more comfortable to play indoors because you don't have any of those wind and sun
for sure.
And the humidity also outside plays a huge factor. But I feel that our team just plays very good outdoors as well. We usually practice way more indoors because of the Michigan conditions.
Right.
But when we go outdoors, I feel that our team it's able to pull that off, also based on the characteristics of the players.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, technique can translate, but if you have talent, you're going to make it work on either side. And that's what you guys seem to have so much of.
Yeah, I feel like your guys' match days can be so long. How do you guys prepare for that? Do you have like, how are you feeling the night before? What are you eating the morning of? How are you guys preparing for such long match days?
The same thing. I usually always eat pasta because I love it. Yeah. And I feel like it's the best thing. Also, we got used to it. So now it's just like I look forward for those days because I just go and like play tennis and then watch. If I'm done, then I get to watch my teammates play. So it's always like a very fun day. And when we're done, we always like, if it's at home, we shower, we come back, we watch the guys. And that's always like, we're always on our nerves. Like I'm more like stressed on their match than mine. And it's just so fun to do. So they're very nice days to have.
Yeah, for sure. What kind of pasta are we talking here?
Any kind of pasta with any kind of sauce. I'm a big pasta fan. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough.
Just give me pasta with anything. I'll eat it.
Fair enough. Felipe?
Well, for me, I think that, like having the sleep is, of course, very important. But I honestly like to have a big meal before the match. I know that a lot of people like pasta, like has the quicker digestion, but I like to eat a lot. But I feel like for me, I need to have a little Gatorade on the side. And I also always have the bottle of honey with me.
Ah, yes.
Like we need a lot of, like tennis has a lot of, we have 20 minutes of very intense workout and then 30 seconds of a lot of rest. So you need that energy. But I feel like the honey being, more natural, it just...
Do you just eat honey during your match?
Yeah.
Actually,
we have honey on our bench.
Yeah.
Shout out to Abe, the photographer. He took a picture of me like having the honey, and then he posted on Instagram, and then everybody was like so confused. Why is this guy having honey?
No, honey is really good for energy. We keep it on our bench too because it's just such like an endurance thing.
Eat some? Right?
Yeah, we have like these little packs, so everyone kind of gets their own because we had a bottle, but we've got some people who hog the bottle. We have little packets now. So.
Yeah, because volleyball is also a sport, and you it's similar to tennis that you have these intense periods, and if it goes 5 sets, it's a long period as well. So
that kind of flows into my next question. Sorry to skip you, but do you guys have any superstitions when you're playing? I feel like you might.
I feel like we covered this before from last year.
100%. I mean, well, I always. First of all, when we're having the changeovers, every time I go to the other side of the court, I say, let's go dogs. I mean, I feel that, just to bring the energy and keep the, showing to the opponent that doesn't matter the score, I'm still going to be in the match. I mean, talking about the honey and the Gatorade, I always have the water bottle on the left, Gatorade bottle in the middle, honey on the right, and I go like from right to left. Just put in the bag. Always the bag when we singles 1v1, I always put it on the left. But when I play with Kevin, my doubles partner, I have to put my bag on the right and sit on the right. And like I remember on the semifinals of Gliax, I made him change his bag. I said, no, you cannot put the bag there.
Fix it right now.
Fix it right now.
Yeah. What about you, Yara?
Yeah. I mean, personally, I don't have any like specific ones. I just put my water and I lose it half the times. But as a team, some of us first the chicken. You know about the chicken. I'm not even. Yeah.
I feel so bad because every tennis episode we have, someone brings up the chicken.
But now we switched the rule of having the chicken at a certain place every time. It's just very weird, but
that sounds very stressful.
Yeah, it is. And if Aime, that one that usually takes care of the chicken, loses it every 2 days. So we're on maybe our 7th chicken now.
Oh
and
no!
She always loses it and always blames it. She loses it every 2 days.
I don't feel bad anymore.
I don't think Felipe knew that it's not the same chicken.
And then she's like, "Oh yeah, the guys took it," and
I don't feel bad anymore for us kidnapping one of the chickens if it gets lost.
But funny superstition, we have a girl that cramps all the time, and every time she eats an animal cracker, the biscuits, she stops cramping. So now every time she plays, she has we have the box of animal crackers right next to her, and people are always like, that's not the best thing to eat during a match, and we're like, it works for her, just let her eat her animal crackers.
They don't know. They just don't know.
Yeah, the animal crackers.
For you guys, the mentality of tennis has to be something that, a lot of different players, go player to player. It changes, the way you approach a point and a set for how important those in a momentum swing of a match. Just talk about how you guys approach the mental side of the game of tennis.
I used to struggle a lot with that because I used to get mad a lot.
Yes.
A lot. Like I used to
break
get
your
into
racket?
I did once. I just slammed it on like a pole and it broke. And I wasn't that angry. Just the pole was
just
just
happened,
there.
Yeah, for sure.
But coach worked a lot on me just to try and make me smile during matches. Like I get so mad and so much in my head. So now the only thing he says to me during the matches is just like, smile, calm down, just smile. And I'm like, okay. And it actually works. Like I start playing so much better. So I just have to stay calm and just, not get mad.
Yeah. Coach Doran, he always has those tricks up his sleeves for sure.
Yeah.
Felipe, how about you?
I feel that honestly the superstitions is part of our routine, because then like when you're in between points you need to have something to do so then you don't overthink too much.
Yeah.
Because as Yara is a little bit, I overthink sometimes too much, and because like we're always trying to analyze like we end the point what the other guy is doing, like is he breathing, is he having positive body language, is he not, like so. Sometimes there's a lot of thought process going on, but if you're having a positive momentum, you just don't want to think, and having those superstitions sometimes just helps me a lot to just stay on the right track.
Yes.
So,
that makes a lot of sense, because I would say we've talked about like the similarities with volleyball and tennis, and I think like we have a lot of superstitions as well, but like routines, because like it can be such like a hard game when you're like in a slump and it's already so mental anyway. So if you have like a routine that you stick to, I feel like that does help that.
Yeah, 100%. And especially when, you have those tight games and the margins are so thin that if you think a little bit off, like it can, throw you off, and just having those routines and always doing the same thing, I think it just helps a lot to just stay on the right tracks.
Yeah, you guys are always locked in. I feel like from a track perspective too, like you guys do a lot of the same things, each and every point. It might be a backhand or a forehand, might be different shots, but as far as what you are mentally doing, it's very similar. And at the end of the day, you have to have something that takes you away from that so you don't overanalyze. So I think that makes sense for sure.
Yeah. As you guys are headed into the postseason now, is there like a mentality shift, or are you guys trying to keep doing what you've been doing? What's the mindset like as you head into the end of the season?
I feel like we are all like working harder because we know that like every team there is going to be so good if we end up making it. And it's just like we are trying to be more like aggressive, and like I feel like our attitude already shifted when we played the conference. It just felt so much different. Like we were actually like, we wanted it and everyone wanted it more. So I think that we just have to keep on going with the same like attitude and we'll be fine.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel that I go usually by the mindset that every point matters and every match matters, and it doesn't matter if it's the first one of the season or the GLIAC final or regionals. You need to win everything, and I feel that this helps us a lot in a way to just try to get the maximum out of ourselves, in practice and in the matches, and just
For sure. Now, I got to ask you guys a different question, because I've already asked you the question, right? Your favorite thing. So I'm going to pivot here. What's the most underrated thing about being here at Ferris State and being a Bulldog?
Underrated. I would say I love this building. That's like an amazing building.
Okay.
So I just love the gym and just the culture. Like I go to the gym and I talk to like the coaches and like the players. Like I love that. I also love people sometimes get like, I don't really like Ferris. It's like too small. I love the size of our campus.
Yes.
Like, I feel like this is the most underrated stuff. Like I can go like from anywhere in 20 minutes and you see the same people. So like you always like end up talking to someone, and I just love that whole thing here. So
wonderful. Felipe?
I feel like sports wise, just we probably are not the best funded team, but we just have that commitment and that drive, every single player, that I feel that the culture is something that it's unbelievable. And in every single sport, right? I mean, we're every single one of them. And, like from the everyday wise, I feel the rock and the quad, honestly, compared to the other school that I was before, that I transferred from, it's so good. And I feel it's sometimes is underappreciated, honestly. Because it's amazing, the food. Honestly.
Yeah, the rock has to be the most underappreciated thing here.
Yeah, 100%.
That's honestly a really good point.
Yes.
We're very lucky with our dining halls.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you don't eat there every single day. Because then
Then
he
you're-
gets
yeah.
better.
My freshman year, I was like, no, The Rock isn't good. Now I'm like, I miss The Rock. I wish I would go there.
Yeah. Choose it in moderation.
Yes.
But
at the end of
still,
it.
as a Bulldog, you can go to the Rock. If not, you can go to the Quad. No, I want to use my Bulldog bucks and eat in the market. Like in my other squad, didn't have that. You had to eat until 6:30 or 7 p.m. depending on the day, and that was it. So,
Oh man, that's brutal. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by. We wish you the best of luck. I know regional bids coming up. We're very excited to see where you guys end up.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, we're all very excited.
yeah, thank you so much. Go Dogs.
Big shout out to Felipe and Yara for joining us here on the show. I mean, great questions, great guests. You add those together, it equals a great interview. And I think we had that.
Yeah, I agree. And, we've already met them. They've already been on the show before. So we were able to ask them great, insightful questions about the game, what the rest of the season looks like, what their match day looks like. It was just an overall good episode.
Absolutely. Let's finish it out with the things coming up here in Ferris State Athletics. Thursday, April 30th, GLIAC Championships, track and field down in Allendale. Good luck to our Bulldogs on the track. I mean, I give them some special love, and that obviously is where you come from at this point. Friday, May 1, they also continue on in Allendale. Softball will be at home, so you can head on over to the softball complex. They'll be playing Davenport, so they'll face off against Panthers 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Saturday, May 2nd, they do the flip. We'll actually go to Davenport and play them there in Caledonia. That'll be a 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock first pitch. And then softball, tentative makeup date from an early rainout game against Purdue Northwest. Those games, if they're played, 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Sounds like they will be played, but obviously, if anything changes, FerrisStateBulldogs.com for more. Women's golf will be in their regional. They're going to be going to Findlay, and that will be starting on Monday, May 4th, and basically will continue all the way, I think, through Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, when men's will kick off here at home at Khaki Golf Course. That will be starting on Thursday, May 7th. And then softball will be starting in the GLIAC tournament either Thursday or Friday, May 7th or May 8th. So there you go. That's everything that you got. And then we'll also be having softball, if they get to the regionals, would be, I believe, the following week. So obviously, we'll keep you up to date as the show goes along.
Yeah, and just make sure you keep just interacting with the social medias, watching the podcast, and looking online to see when games are.
Yeah, you guys have been great on guests, by the way. And obviously, we're going to be running out of room to be able to actually have guests on as we approach the summer, but we will keep those in mind to you. So be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Tatum, any last thoughts?
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. That's best 2 words in the book. We'll see you later, everybody.